So here's the headline. Joe Rogan says he's glad he left California because the state went full communist. And of course, any successful civilization will tell you, never go full communist. Now, Joe Rogan left California for Austin, Texas in 2020 after witnessing all of the madness of the shutdowns, but also having just observed all along the decline of civilization in California with all the rampant homelessness, the drug use, and the increasing crime. You know, all the things that you get when you hand over your society to a bunch of far leftists. And it sounds like Joe Rogan is not regretting his decision to leave California.
Austin people are great people. They're really nice. They're nice. They're not shitheads. They're not Hollywood people. They're not lost in this fake world of leftist ideology that everybody's trapped in. They're just people. They're just regular people, man. And those people exist outside of these blue bubbles where everyone's gone insane. Well, I used to be a part of the blue bubble. I was 100% a left-leaning person who lived in Los Angeles. I was 100%. I never voted Republican my whole life. I was very left-leaning, especially with like any social issues. When it comes to financial things, I'm a little bit more conservative. But at the end of the day, I'm way more left than I am right.
I think when he says left there, what he really means is liberal, and he sees himself as liberal. And what caused him to flee from California was far-left policies.
But California went nuts, man. It's gone like full communist. It's out of its fucking mind. And their approach to law enforcement is so insane. It's so insane. The no cash bail, the letting people out for committing violent crimes, the fucking not stopping people for stealing up to whatever money it is. What is it, $900 now? I think they raised it. I think they made it a little higher. San Francisco is non-existent. Most of San Francisco is emptied out of like big chain stores and big department stores.
I won't even do stand-up there anymore.
It's crazy.
They ruined it.
They ruined the city.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you can bring it back. The structure's still there. But
Yeah,
you'd have
yeah.
to have some hardcore Rudy Giuliani type motherfucker to come in there and knock heads.
Wow.
And nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. They're peace, love, and granola and fucking wear a mask.
I'm in the middle now.
I'm in the middle. I
never thought I would ever say that.
Never.
It only happened in this last year.
Right, exactly.
I just went, I can't do it anymore.
Well, I've got some bad news for them. If you're in the middle, as far as the left is concerned, the modern left, well, you might as well be invading Poland.
You know, I mean, people that you thought were aligned with you are like now like mad at you about shit.
They're in a cult. It's got all, I mean, Mark Andreessen, who's a brilliant venture capitalist guy, explained it to me in very clear terms, like what the definition of a cult is, how you can get excommunicated, how you get shamed for having differing opinions, the group think, he's like, it's a cult. And he's right. He's 100% right.
Yeah.
It's just hard to say because then people in the cult will attack you. But they're not attacking you for a reasonable, it's not logical, like the way they're attacking you. They're attacking like someone attacks religious beliefs.
Yeah.
And some of these religious beliefs, it gets into these weird gray areas, like trans people in women's bathrooms. Like, says who?
Yeah.
Says who? How do you know that's a real trans person? How do you not know that's a fucking creep that wants to pull his dick out in front of kids? Because those are real.
Spa.
And if that guy was a convicted sex offender. Yeah. And he was doing that. Look, those guys are real. It doesn't mean trans people aren't real also, but those guys are fucking real.
Yeah.
And to even say that those guys are real, you get excommunicated. You get treated like you're a Nazi.
I never even cared about it.
Didn't care at all.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you are, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? But it's like, I can't do it anymore.
I think it's engineered. I really do.
By who?
By China and by Russia.
Oh, no, Chinese.
Yeah, I think what they're doing by manipulating social media, manipulating algorithms, I think some of it is natural. Don't get me wrong. I think some of it would.
Well, he talked about progressivism, about the modern left as being like a religion, and it is. It does function like a religion. You mentioned excommunication. Well, he's been excommunicated. They don't want him anymore. What else does a religion have? Well, it has its tenets. It has its faith. And I think a great example of that is this bizarre new redefinition of the word gender, which was always just synonymous with sex. They just meant the same thing until like 20 minutes ago. And now gender has been redefined as this thing that you just have to believe in. It's just an abstract idea that you must believe. It's an article of faith. You must believe there's an infinite number of genders. You must believe that somebody who says that they're omnigender, which means that they're all of the infinite genders, is actually omnigender. Again, it's an article of faith. You simply must believe this pseudoscientific, metaphysical mumbo-jumbo. Gender has become the progressive soul. And you must believe in it unquestioningly, or else guess what? You get excommunicated. You become an outcast, an exile from the left. And I think when it comes to these absurd ideas like their new definition of gender or their redefinition of racism or privilege and all of that, I don't think that there's anything that will contribute to the blue bubble bursting more than the incoherence of their own ideology and their determination to absolutely demonize any heretic who takes just a moment to think about it. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.